Today we're going to talk about the 5 ways to create better hooks for your sales presentations. My name is Michael Barayev, and I was able to build a team of 150 plus sales guys in less than 2.5 years. We did that with zero money invested. Now we have a solar company that's growing like crazy from coast to coast like butter on toast. So let's talk about hooks, right? Like for example, when you create hooks in your presentations, understand that if you want money to chase you, you have to have attention. Money follows attention, right? And you have to have an intention right after you have the attention, right? So when you get the attention from people, you have to let them know, hey, this is my intention. And a lot of times when you're doing presentations, a lot of times most people, they don't have the right hooks, so to say, to captivate the person's, a mindset, to captivate the person's attention, to listen to what you gotta say. And remember, your job is not to be interesting. Your job is to be interested in the people when you're presenting to them, but you have to be a little bit interesting so they can have a hook to them, so they can pay attention to what you have to say, so you can take the time to be interested in them. I know I confuse you, but it's okay, you can rewind this video, but you need to understand that their job is to not understand you. Your job is to understand them, and you give them a reason to pay attention to you, right? And the way you do that is with hooks in your presentation. So number one, if you want to have better hooks in your presentations, use crazy statistics. Use surprising statistics and facts. For example, if you have let's say you're selling solar, that'd be a good example. Talk about statistically what's going on with their utility bills. Talk a little bit about all the numbers, the stats. Like, talk about something that's crazy and wild. Like, how do you get attention? Like, if you think about Andrew Tate, Grant Cardone, all these celebrities that blew up out of nowhere, right? They did it with attention. This is some wild shit, and guess what? It captivated you and it hooked you to pay attention. And even though you may not agree with it, it's okay, right? They still got your attention. So you need to get people's attention when you're hooking them in your sales presentation. Use surprising statistics, right? Say some crazy shit. And I'm not saying say wild stuff that's like irrelevant, but like say things that are relevant to what you're selling, to what your industry is all about, right? Number 2, okay? You have to ask questions. If you want to create curiosity in people's minds, you have to ask them questions and provoke them a little bit to start thinking on their own, right? Ask them some questions. Ask them deeper questions so you can hook them inside a conversation. Most people love hearing themselves talk. So what you need to do is to get them to talk. Let them talk. Ask them questions. Hey, what do you think about this? Right? What do you think about this statistic going on in this community? What do you think about blah, 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 right? What do you think about, if you're selling life insurance as an example, what do you think about life insurance? What do you think is the biggest reason why most homeowners go solar? What do you, ask them provoking questions, right? So you can get them to talk a little bit, because the more they talk, the more you understand. And now you hook them into the conversation, and they forgot about all the objections, right? Number 3, share a personal story. Talk about yourself just a tad bit. I'm not saying you need to talk a little bit about your, how you were born and how you came to this country. Nobody gives a shit about that. But put your story that's relatable to them so they can have an understanding of what's going on. Right? Talk about your significant story, how you made the decision to go solar as an example, and how it was the best decision, if you did, obviously, make sure it's truthful, and now you can help the homeowner make the same decision, right? So it's a very important concept to share a personal story with them so they can relate with you much better. People relate with stories. As a matter of fact, we're going to be doing another video about stories as well, because stories, to create a story, there's a skill set on how to create a story. It's not just talking about some bullshit story. You have to create a story where it captivates them, okay? Number 4, paint a vivid picture, okay? Use vivid imagery so that people can see what you're talking about. When you speak of words, understand this. When I say the word cat, what do you think about? You may have thought of a Siamese cat, you may have thought of a black cat, a white cat, a crooked smile cat, I don't know, whatever cat you thought of, right? It could be a Cheshire cat. You thought of a cat. So your thought, right, was a picture. My word was a cat, your thought was a picture, and everybody has a different picture. So your job is to utilize picture, because people think in pictures. Why not show them imagery? Why not show them stats on a bar graph or something they can actually physically see to hook them in, right? So if you're doing a presentation, hey, Mr. Customer, let me show you this, boom, you just got their attention. Right? Use imagery because it captivates them. Now they're thinking about the picture. They're thinking about all the stuff they need to think about, and now they're forgetting about all the bullshit objections or all the fear, doubt, and worry, right? Because you're teaching them something. You're educating them. You got their attention, right? So, next one. Use humor. By the way, if you're not funny, do not joke. Some of you guys do not know how to joke properly. You make dry jokes, right? You got to learn how to do jokes in a way that's not offensive and makes people feel comfortable. And they feel calm. and they feel relaxed. The purpose of the joke is to loosen up the ground, loosen up the tension in the room. It's not to make everyone freaking laugh and have a great time. That's part of the like you can make them laugh, that's okay, but that's not the whole goal. The whole goal is to relax them, because a relaxed mind always makes better decisions than a stressed out mind. A closed mind doesn't work. An open mind works in a conversation and a presentation. So how do you get the person to open up? Humor. Make them feel good about themselves. Make them relaxed. And when you do that, you hook them, and now they're able to pay attention to your presentation, right? I hope that helped you guys. If you're in sales and if you love this kind of content, do me a solid. Subscribe down to this channel. Click that little notification bell, and we'll see you guys in the next video.